Talking with J-Man is with Brooke.
Peace.
So how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Enjoying the last day of Comic Con.
Yeah. It was really fun.
So Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is such an iconic part of horror history. What was your first reaction when you got cast into that movie?
Well, I think it was first to tell Heather Langenkamp because I was on Just the 10 of Us, and also Joanne Willette, who was in 2. So I was just like, oh my gosh, Heather, I've been, booked on Nightmare on Elm Street 4. She's like, oh great, that's so fun. So and then also being a huge horror fan myself, I was excited. Having no idea what I was going to get into.
Your character Debbie had one of the most unforgettable deaths in the franchise. What was that like filming that scene and turning into a body?
Yeah, so that was pretty trippy. So when I read the script and my mom was home and I hadn't read the whole script. I just had sides, and so I was finished and I go upstairs and she's like, so how's the script? And I said, it's great, Mom. I turned into a cockroach. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? And again, having no idea what I was going to really have to go through. So yeah, so it took about 2 weeks from beginning to end, from the body casts to actually filming, because I had 3 huge sets and a lot of working parts. The metamorphosis was scene by scene by scene, so it was a lot. It was fun.
How much of the stunt work did you actually get to do yourself?
Well, I mean, I didn't have stunt work where I needed a stunt double. So I did everything. I was in the box when my arms crushed. I was actually in the cockroach suit at the very end when I get squished in the Roach Motel. I'm in that. People don't know that, which is one of the reasons why I had to have full body casts done. So yeah, so it was all me.
What was it like working with Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, and did you ever get used to seeing him in full makeup?
I think I did get used to seeing him in full makeup, but I met him out of makeup, and I met him on the prop truck, and I didn't know who he was when he first came in, and I was like, oh, this is Robert, and he's such a nice guy, so chatty, so lovely, and I said to him as I was leaving, I said, Robert, I'm fucked. You're totally nice. I can't be afraid of you now. How am I supposed to be afraid of you? So, yeah, that's when I first met him.
Nightmare 4 had a really energetic, almost MTV style vibe compared to earlier films. Did it feel different on set compared to other horror projects you've done?
Well, that was my first horror project, and I think as I look back now, I really definitely think Rennie Harlan created such an ambiance and a vibe that started before we even started shooting, because he had all the casts get together for like 2-3 different barbecues. So all the kids were already friends, and so our first scene was all the parking lot stuff, and so we were like all meeting up and buddy and all of that, and it was already there. So he definitely created a whole kind of energy to the set that's different than movies that I worked on after, where you're just kind of coming in and just meeting everybody for the first time. We were already friends.
If Debbie had somehow survived Freddy, where do you think would she be today?
Well, I would like to think that Debbie's still alive. I would like to think that, cockroaches are hard to kill. I really believe she's stuck in that Roach Motel, and the next nightmare they're going to make, I'm going to be back. She's not dead.
You balanced horror, comedy, and TV work throughout your career. Do you approach each genre differently as an actor?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think I just work solely on the character and not kind of what it is, like what genre it is. The sitcom's so different, horror's so different. So I think I just focus on the character, building a character.
Just the 10 of Us had such a loyal fan base. What's one memory from that show that would make you still smile?
Yeah, that show's really near and dear to my heart. I'm still best friends with half the cast and know everybody, from producers to writers. I'm still friends with everybody. Um, um, I don't know, just the girls and hanging out. Anything where I think about, like, we would go up the stairs and we had this little landing. It was supposed to go off into the loft, which was the girls' bedroom, but it was just a landing, and then the loft was a separate set. So we had a lot of good, fun, like, inappropriate conversations. locked, like waiting to go on to down the stairs. But yeah, that's probably anything with the girls.
Now, you worked during a golden era of practical effects and horror. How do you feel about the shift to CGI today?
Look, I'm totally like for progression, and I love CGI. I love that we can do, things like Jurassic Park, and it's pretty cool. But I miss the practical stuff. I miss how it looks and how it feels in a movie. So I can appreciate both. I wish we would do more practical stuff as well as still, grow the whole CGI industry. Kind of how I feel about it.
What's one of the most memorable or touching fan interactions you have ever had?
Uh, I remember one guy came up to me and it was for Nightmare, and he said, you guys really got me through high school. And I said, why? Why this horror movie? How did it get you through high school? And he said, well, I'm gay, and I was closeted, and I was bullied, and I had no friends. And he said, I'd come home every day, and I would watch your movie. And again, I think it had to do with the camaraderie of the cast and the fact that we already knew each other from day one. We had already become friends from all the hanging out that we had done. And he said, I popped the VHS in, and there was my friends, and I had some friends. And I said, I know, but we die every time. Because I know. That's why I came home and watched it every day. So I was like, okay. I really remember that story.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from your time in the industry that you wish you knew starting out?
God. It's called show business, so you have to really. We all love the show, but you kind of have to love the business too, and that's a hard part for me. I'm not a big schmoozer. I'm not big on the business side, so I think you have to find the balance of really both of those to be successful.
Why do you think Nightmare on Elm Street still connects with audiences decades later?
Yeah, it's a I'm fascinated by it because I always wonder how this 1980s franchise is so relevant today, and it is still relevant today, and that's apparent by all my really young fans that come up and I ask them, I'm like, do you like this movie? Like it's like doesn't feel old to you? And they all really seem to love it, and I struggle to know. I don't know why the world connects to Freddy so well. Maybe you could answer me. I don't know. What do you think?
I just think like how iconic it was and just like the generations. I mean, like when you were like little, or at least when I was, you would just like kind of know Freddy just from the get go.
Yes.
Because your parents would show you that.
Yes.
So it's just more of like a generation thing. Like
Oh, okay.
when you're a little kid, you always know like the like at least top two bad guys, and that's always going to be like Jason and
Right.
Freddy.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you watch any modern horror films or any ones that impressed you?
Which ones? Did you say that again?
Do you watch modern horror?
Oh, modern horror films. Oh, totally. I'm a huge horror fan. I love old horror. I had a brother, and he introduced me to Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, the original Fly. That's one of my favorites, and Night of the Living Dead. But I just saw Weapons in the theater. So good. I always make my kids take me to the movies at midnight, so we go to horror at midnight. My son's 30, so he used to always do that with me, and now my daughter's doing it. So yeah, so we just saw Weapons. It was awesome. So I love all horror. I'll watch it all.
What's one horror role you would love to play now?
I mean, I don't know if it's so much horror, but I would, Alien. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. To kick ass. Kill some aliens. I could go back in time. Yeah.
What's something about you that the fans might be surprised in?
So a lot of fans don't know that I wore a wig. It wasn't my real hair. And a lot of fans don't know that I was actually in the roach costume at the very end. You can see my legs kind of out of the back, but a lot of people think that was just animatronics, but it wasn't. The front of my head was with the antenna and the little head moving. with all animatronics, so people don't know those two things.
If you were on death row, what would your final meal be?
Oh my gosh. A McCarthy salad from Beverly Hills Hotel.
What's your annoying habit?
Annoying habit. Oh, I put everything away when my husband gets it out. He gets out a spoon to stir his coffee. I'll turn around and I'll be like, God, did you put my spoon away already? So yeah, I do that. I pick up after everybody.
What was your first major purchase?
Car and then a house. Yeah.
What is your biggest fear?
Well, I want to live till I'm 100 so I can finger wag my 75-year-old son. And I hope to live till 100. So that would probably be my fear of not living till 100.
Which character have you played that you did not like?
I did not like. I think I've liked all my characters. I think even the bad ones you always have to find something you like about your character. Because we all know even bad people in real life are probably bad because they have struggles. They've been bullied or they've, had trauma in their family. So I think I've always liked my characters. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Nice to meet you, sweetheart. Take care of yourself.